welcome back to Equallyyokedfarm, everybody. This is actually video number 2 for us today. I did one early this morning that was available last week where we cleaned out the chicken coop. Now we're going to do another video of chickens, only this time we're going to be processing them. I'm not going to process as many as I originally started to. I was originally going to do 15 meat birds plus a couple roosters. I think now instead I'm just going to do 5 of the meat birds and 2 roosters. Getting kind of late in the evening. I got a few others that the meat birds, I just kind of want to let them grow a little bit. So still going to be kind of a busy afternoon here. Now, before I get started, I just want to warn you guys, this is not a how-to video. This is a video on how I do it. So I wouldn't use me as an example on how to do things, but if you're just looking for ideas of what to do, yeah, go ahead and check it out, see how I do it. And if you guys have never done this before and you're just looking for how to do it, I would recommend watching various YouTube videos, looking through different forums, because everybody does things differently, and you can pick up a bunch of different videos of things you like best, so you can do it the way that you want to do it. Now me, I don't pluck them, I skin them, but that's mainly because I don't have a plucker and I don't feel like plucking them by hand. So but it goes fairly smoothly. So but let's walk around a little bit and I'll show you what our setup's like. Now, I've showed this on video before, but this is just an old swing frame that we have. I call it my hanging tree. I use it for processing chickens. And what we do is we tie, my wife's already got one ready to go, one of the roosters. She's ready to see go, because this one's been harassing her chickens, and it really put a spot on another rooster that I'm wanting to, probably going to process it too, because it's getting where it don't walk around very good anymore. But what we do is we hang them up by their feet. She zip tied that. I got string I tie with, but what I would recommend doing if you're going to do this is tie your string around both feet, because if not, they get loose real easy. But what we do is we put them up there, and then what happens is I get a hold of them by their neck, and then I slit their necks, and I just let them sit there and drain out. And one of the reasons I like to do it like this is because when you hang a chicken upside down, they kind of, if you ever carried chickens, you know, if you carry them upside down, they get a little more, they kind of like, they don't really go to sleep, but it puts them in more of a relaxed state. So it kind of makes it easier on us. So, but I will warn you, it's a bloody mess, because when you slit their throats, they do start spinning around in circles and stuff. So I would recommend sitting back. It might be actually, there's the other rooster I'm wanting to butcher here in just a few minutes if I can catch it too. The one that's got the bad spot on its back, because it's been because of this rooster right here, just put it on there. But he's getting old. He's a big old black Jersey giant. He should have plenty of meat on him. But I would kind of recommend somebody going to do this, not really do it like this, but if you're wanting to do them upside down, they make a thing called a kill cone, and all it is a tube where you stick their necks down through, and it kind of does the same thing, but they really wouldn't have the ability to spin around like they do this way. But either way works pretty good. Some people put them across a butchering block. There's different methods to do it. Just research. You'll find a way that works best for you. Obviously, you're going to need you a good table. This is just an old ironing board. I don't know if I really recommend using something like this, but this is something I salvaged from the trash. I thought it'd make a good idea to use for processing at one point. So I'm going to give it a try, see what happens. Bucket of water to kind of rinse the chickens in after you skin them out, and a cooler, because what we're going to do afterwards is I'm going to let them put the chickens in the cooler, put some ice on them and some salt, and kind of let them sit in a salt bath for about 24 hours before we give them the final rinse, and then put them into vacuum seal bags. So that's kind of how we do things. So, but how do we kill our chickens? Well, come over here and I'll show you. Now, I'm not going to show the actual kill process because YouTube don't like that, but I will show you in the process of how things are done as I'm cleaning the chickens. So hopefully we got time to get done for everything this evening. It's starting to get kind of late, but we'll see. Okay, so here's that rooster I was talking about. So how I'm going to do it is I'm going to make a cut across the back right through here, and I'm going to skin him out like you would an old squirrel or something. And we gotta watch when you get around the wings. Sometimes the wings are kind of hard to get skinned around, but work with it, you get it. It only takes just probably about a minute or two. You can get them skinned out, and then we'll process them like I would any other bird. So just stick around for a few minutes and I'll show you what we got. I'll be the first to admit this old rooster really wasn't a prime example to use on this, because he was really tough to skin out. I actually ended up losing a good bit of his wing, but anyway, I got him skinned out, and of course you cut around the backside here just a little bit around underneath his butthole, so you can just pull everything out, and cut up here around the crop so you can pull what's left of it out up here. He's going to get another bath before we get done with him, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip him in the water down here. Bring him over here, stick him in the cooler. And then he'll go inside. He'll get one more good rinse in the sink. And then we'll put him in there with a little bit of ice and some salt. And they'll take a salt water bath for about 24 hours. Look at chicken come up here and investigate. No, we're not butchering you. But I got some more to do, and I really don't have to. It's getting late, so I'm going to have to hustle up on these. Probably won't have time to really show you a video with them, but it kind of gives you an idea. Like I said, this ain't a how-to video. This is just how we do it. I tell you, this was a little better example of that old rooster. He's Cornish. So that rooster, it took me forever to skin him out. But these Cornish, man, they skin out just real quick, real easy. I was able to skin this one out in like a minute or so. But that rooster took me like 10 minutes. It's just amazing the difference it is. Like I said, they'll get another bath before we do the salt water bath on them, but they're in the sink here inside the house. But I already rinsed him off, but I'm gonna just show you. We just dip them in the water, stick them in the cooler. Look at this thing compared to that old rooster. Look at the size difference and the color of the meat. It's just where these are meant for bred for meat. So a lot tenderer meat too. So anyway, that's the difference in them. Actually, let's put these two side by side. Yeah, that Cornish is probably half the age of that rooster. Yeah. Finishing up with my last chicken, and I'm starting hearing some of the awfulest cackling from the chicken coop. Let's see what's going on. What y'all think's going on over here? You hear them screaming? I know there ain't 20 of them laying an egg at the same time. What are they mad about? What are y'all mad about? I ain't used to the Tom going in there. Usually he sits on top of the roof. Y'all mouthing off because you got a clean coop? Cleaner coop? Listen to him mouth. Well, mouthy right there. She's mad about something. I don't guess she likes it. I put new flooring in her coop. Even the goats were kind of interested. The nanny goat was making a weird noise a minute ago, so they started cackling like that. But oh well, I need to go back over and finish dressing out this last chicken over here. Okay, so I started out, I was going to process all 15 of the meat birds plus 2 roosters. Then I decided, well, I'm just going to do 2 roosters and the 5 big ones. Well, really, there was only 4 big ones because one of them was a runt. Then I downsized that to just 5 and 1 rooster, and then down to I ended up just doing the 4 great big ones plus the rooster. And I'm gonna let these other ones sit and grow for 2 more weeks, let them get a little bit bigger. And like I said, 2 weeks, there's going to be a big difference in size, especially if they keep getting the same amount of feed, because they're going to be more of it for them to grab. On top of that, I'm going to go ahead and butcher that other rooster I was wanting to on that time frame too. So, but In the meantime, I think I ought to show you what we have left here. There's 11 of these left, and they're hungry because I withheld the food for them for 24 hours like you're supposed to before you dispatch them. And so I'm gonna feed them here at the same time, so they're going to be like little piranhas here. All right, guys. One just flew up there. Like fly back here. Ah, look at them attack that. They're hungry. Some on the ground, some on the ground right there. They still have water in that one, so that one water might be dry, but there's still half of the thing in that one. And that'll do them till morning, which I'll fill them both back up again. And 11 birds, they're gonna be doing pretty good, so eat up, guys. I'll give you another big mess in the morning. I'm hoping sometime after church tomorrow I'll be able to brush hog this field. This grass is, I know it was over the hood of my truck when I drove through it the other day, but it's up way above my belly. Yep, that's up to my, yeah. That's tall. That's over 4 foot tall. There's some taller grass on up there too. This stuff's pretty thick. Wouldn't surprise me if there's a fawn laying in here somewhere. Be a good place for them to hide. But let's take a walk around, see what else we can find here. You guys remember the ducks? We started off with 3. Then Steph won a duck. And then after she won a duck, she ended up buying 2 more off from the same place that she had won the duck from. And to be honest with you, I don't know what kind we have now. We had we had 2 black Swedish and one like a I guess it's called rowan or round. It kind of looks like a mallard in a way. I'm not 100% sure what the other 3 are. There's one little tiny black one there. It's really, really wild. Man, they're just going to town at the. And to be honest with you, I've actually learned to kind of like the ducks. I didn't think I'd really like the ducks that well, but I kind of like them. They're dumber than a box of rocks, but they're really, really cool. Literally a sink full of chicken. I'm gonna give them a really good rinse out real good before we set them up for their saltwater bath. Which one do y'all think is the rooster? All right, so we got them in the chest with a little bit of ice and threw a little bit of pickling salt on top. And just gonna close the lid and let them set for about 24 hours. Okay, so we're gonna fast forward a few days, guys, from when we were processing the meat birds. I'm gonna show you something. This is, let's see, this is Wednesday, so it's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. This is 4 days later after we processed these birds. And I just happened to be a real king. I was just wanting to get some feed and stuff. And look what I found. I found more Cornish chicks. Look how big these guys are already. They had these guys, look how big he is compared to my hand, or she, or whatever. I think these are probably females. But look how big they are. I got these for $1 a piece on clearance. On clearance, guys. That's how I've been buying my Cornish this year. I've been buying them when they're on clearance. Just look how big that is. That's a couple weeks. Whoop, one chick fell out. These are little chicks. And I still kind of have my doubts whether or not these little ones are Cornish or not. We'll find out here in a week or two. The salesman, he was kind of wondering about, but they was all in that dollar bin. So I got these. I think they might be a Cornish, but I'm not sure. They're a little bit brighter yellow than these other ones. So we'll see. They might end up being some kind of laying chicken. I don't know. We'll see. Time will tell, I guess. But we'll probably find out next week or so. I don't know. They still got the white on their wings, though, like the Cornish do. They probably are Cornish. But anyway, I ain't turned the heat lamp on yet because I got to go find an extension cord. But they're hungry little guys, ain't they? Look at them go. Look at them go. But I love watching these little chicks like this. They don't stay this cute long, especially these Cornish, because they grow so fast. But anyway, I just want to let y'all see what's going on. You don't always have to order your Cornish from the hatcheries, because hatcheries right now are wanting almost $4 a piece, sometimes more depending on where you order from, for their Cornish crosses. But sometimes you're lucky, you can go into these farm stores and you get them when they're just a little bit further grown than what they like to sell, and they'll sell them to you for $1 a piece. Save a lot of money doing like this, and that's how I bought all mine this year. So anyway, I got 17 of these guys to go with 11 more that I got yet to process. So let's see what happens. Thank you for watching Equally Yoked Farm. And in that same house remain, eating and drinking such things as they give, for the laborer is worthy of his hire. Go not from house to house. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Sorry we don't have any outtakes to share with you this week. We must just did too good of a job.